Good afternoon. Welcome. I'm Renee Miller, the Executive Director of the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you all today to the 2025 Women's Achievement Awards. Each year, this event gives us the opportunity to recognize and celebrate women whose leadership, vision, service are making a meaningful impact on the communities and industries across our regions. A number of nominations were received this year was truly inspiring. It even brought a tear to our eye on a couple. It's extraordinary to see the number of women that we have that are leading, building, mentoring, and lifting others up. Selecting this year's awardees was not a small task. It just shows the strength that's within our region. We'd like to sincerely thank Cascade for this absolutely gorgeous venue. Let's give them a round of applause for going and hosting us today. This celebration wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors. We especially are grateful for our presenting sponsor, Beck, for their continued commitment to this event and ongoing advancement in women in leadership, as it's shown within their own organization. Your partnership helps recognize that women are leading and moving forward. At this time, it's a pleasure to introduce someone whose leadership continues to guide and strengthen our organization. Please join in welcoming our President and CEO of Quinnipiac Chamber and the Greater New Haven Chamber, Garrett Sheehan.
I didn't think that was me. That was a nice introduction. Thank you. Appreciate it, and great to be in a room of so many successful people. This is a beautiful day today. The Chamber only exists because of the strength of our business community, and we are a strong business community because of all of you in the room. Whether you're one of our honorees or you're a participant, just being here, showing your support for these incredible women means a lot for us. It grows our community, grows our region, and really strengthens the Chamber. So I want to give a big round of applause to all of our honorees. I've seen the stories, read them, but really excited to hear from all of you today as we get going. Before we do that, I want to introduce our Lieutenant Governor, Susan Beiswitz. The Lieutenant Governor is always involved in our chamber, whether it's the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce. She is here, she arrives for these events, but I know that she also dedicates her time to supporting women in business across the entire state. So it's really our honor to have her here with us today and to recognize all of you. Lieutenant Governor.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and it's always a good day when I am surrounded by smart, powerful, competent, incredible women, and several men of taste and discernment who join us today. Thank you so much for coming to celebrate the 2025 winners of the Women's Achievement Awards. We are celebrating some fabulous women who lead with vision, compassion, and purpose. And the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce is a place that has been a vital resource for more than 400 businesses of varying backgrounds and niches and sizes, and it's helped build communities where those businesses are as well. I'm so excited that the Chamber is going to highlight some very impressive women in our communities. Here in Connecticut, we know that when women lead in business, in health, in advocacy, and the STEM fields, our economy is stronger and our communities become more resilient. And I'll also say this, one fun fact as we get ready for the holidays is that for every $1 that you spend at a small business, 66 cents stays right in the community. So for all of you holiday shoppers, spend at women-owned businesses, right? We'll do that. Add that to the list. So I'm excited to hear about each of the honorees' backgrounds. I'm proud to know several of them. But the governor and I'd like you to know that we think it's very important to support policies and legislation that uplift girls and women. So our paid family medical leave has now helped more than 150,000 families across the state, both men and women who've taken time off to care for a loved one, welcome a new baby, or take care of their own illness and not have to worry about losing their job. We also were very proud this past session to invest $300 million of surplus state funds to an early childhood education program that's going to create 20,000 new childcare spots that will be free for families that make less than $100,000. And that is transformational because it means that more parents will be in the workforce, and we all are looking for people. There are more than 90,000 jobs available in our state right now. So we know that when we invest in women and we uplift women, we uplift families, our communities, our state, and our country. And so we are committed to continuing to do that in our state, and we're very proud that we are the most family-friendly and women-friendly state in the nation, and I think that deserves a round of applause. So congratulations again to this year's honorees. Thank you each for your leadership, for your service, and for being role models to girls and young women across our state. Let's continue to work together to build a state where everyone, especially women, have the chance to be successful leaders like these very impressive ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant Governor. I echo all of her remarks. Connecticut is a beautiful state to be able to be in. Being a mom myself, I did take that family medical leave, spent as much time with my child as possible. I understand the value of going ahead and spending that time because it's special. At this time, I'd love to be able to bring up Vinnie Cervoni, the mayor of Wallingford, one of our assets and great partners, who is also running this year, and we wish him all the best.
Thank you so much, Renee. So, Lieutenant Governor is a tough act to follow, so I won't. What is it you can do to be recognized for achievement? Mayor Lisa Murata, Assistant Director of the Women in Leadership Academy, you cultivate other leaders. You exemplify leadership as mayor of Rocky Hill. Tammy Hendricks, as Director of Health Equity and Outreach at Access Health CT, you see that healthcare is as available to every person as it should be without boundaries or borders. Sharon Parmar and Kiran Kapoor, you are the first to bring a new coffee franchise to the state of Connecticut and are so successful that you cause weekend traffic jams on a regular basis with your weekend specials. Dr. Denise Barajas from Griffin Health and Quinnipiac University, you amass recognition for excellence in trend-setting breast surgery, emphasizing healthy and optimal outcomes for women facing challenges from breast-related illnesses. Ashlyn Vicencio, in addition to her excellent work at M&T Bank, in addition to her recognition today, has been honored as CDFI Lender of the Year by CDC New England. Carol DeFrancisco, President and CEO of H.H. Perkins, highly knowledgeable in seat weaving, basket weaving, and crafts. She has completed furniture repairs and restorations for people in the tri-state area and beyond. She is a fantastic teacher in person, on the phone, and through email and text. She receives hundreds of pictures weekly and guides customers through their purchase and installation process. A true business leader. My friend Allison Cady, Chief Communications Officer at Choate Rosemary Hall, I am not going to sing to you today for two reasons. First, I did not bring a guitar, and I do not do a cappella. Second, the only song I could think of is Elvis Costello's, and his Allison is not about you. The world isn't killing you. When it comes to relationships with the town of Wallingford, your communications with the community, your efforts at maintaining relationships in what is at times a difficult environment, the poise with which you handle it all is not killing you. You are killing it. You are all exemplary leaders in your respective positions, irrespective of gender. However, we celebrate you for all you do, for the leadership you exemplify, and all you'll continue to do in the future. Thank you.
Vinny, thank you so much. Now I have the pleasure of inviting Mike Frieda, the First Selectman of North Haven, which is also one of our huge partners where we just had our successful North Haven Business Expo. Just represents the fact of the commitment that we have within the North Haven community and Mike's partnership with the Chamber.
Well, thank you very much, Renee. And Garrett, thank you for teeing us up this afternoon. And I'd like to also thank the wonderful summarization of our Lieutenant Governor and the Mayor of Wallingford, Vinnie Cerrone. It's a pleasure to be here with both of you as trusted and distinct colleagues. And I really view both our Lieutenant Governor and our local mayors in this area and the mayors across the state as colleagues in trying to create positive outcomes for our communities. For each and every one of you here, I have to share with you that this is one of my favorite events during the year, this Women's Achievement Awards. Some of you have heard me say in the past that I come from two different careers. I was a corporate CEO before I took office in 2009, and I saw the importance of the emergence of women leaders in my companies down through the years. And here in government, I see it so clearly also. And our Lieutenant Governor is a perfect example of a leader, a wonderful woman who serves our state. Each and every one of you, all of the recipients, all of the honorees here, I'd like to thank you personally for what you do. Many of you I know, two of whom here I've worked with down through the years. And I am so proud of each and every one of you, because what you've done and what you've been able to accomplish is creating positive outcomes in the organizations of which you work for and lead. Each and every one of you has made a wonderful impact on your companies, on your organizations, and a wonderful impact on our communities. So as North Haven's chief elected official, I am very grateful for what you've done. And I want you all to know, each of you to know, that you will always have my support for women in leadership roles in our companies, in our regions, and I thank you again for the wonderful positive outcomes that you've created, the wonderful leaders that you are, and what you've done overall. I am very proud of each and every one of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. What a great day. Pleasure to be here. My name is Gary Carleglio, the Vice President of Sales and Relationship Management with the Quinnipiac and Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce. It's a privilege to be here as we celebrate these remarkable women whose leadership and contributions are making a powerful impact in our region. As you know, this event would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors, whose commitment helps strengthen the programs and initiatives that empower women in business all year long. We truly appreciate your partnership. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge and thank our sponsors. And if we could hold our applause to the end, it would work out a little bit better. So presenting sponsor for the 10th consecutive year, BIC USA. Opening and keynote speaker sponsors, Hartford Healthcare, Midstate Medical Center, TD Bank. Award sponsors, Olbrich Stainless Steels and Specialty Metals, Gaylord Specialty Healthcare, Pfizer Clinical Research Unit, New Haven, Inframetals, New Haven Bank, which I will add is a new sponsor this year. Thank you. Nucor Steel Connecticut, Allnex. Event sponsors, Quinnipiac University, Camco Supply Corporation of New England, Masonicare, and DiMartino Outdoor Media. Renee, Maribel, and Matt did a terrific job of putting together the raffles today. We'd like to thank all the companies that donated today. See our slides that are on the side of all the amazing support and so many businesses that have contributed towards the continued success of this event. Please note, there will be a list of raffle winners distributed to the tables because I think they're going to pull them as we conduct this event. The silent auction will be notified at the conclusion, or if you can still bid as you walk out the door. So we will make a notification there. We've got a bunch of event contributors here today. Our resident photographer, Mary Bush, her company, Portrait Design by Mary Bush. Ed Tankus with Blue Plate Radio and Entertainment. Bruce Schneider with Captivate Video, who's taking our video today of the event. Jeff Holtz right over here with Access AV. And look at those beautiful programs. We really rely on Tyco Print and Promo out of New Haven. They are a member of both chambers, and they really, really do a terrific job. Take a look at all the advertisements we have and the support from our other businesses that have taken out ads in that program. We'd like to extend now our appreciation for our annual investors. We're not going to go through them one by one, but they will be up on the screens. Your year-round support allows us to provide meaningful programming, business resources, and events that strengthen and connect our community. Our premier partner, star supporters, corporate sponsors, and business partners are proudly listed in your program. Thank you for all you do here at the Quinnipiac Chamber. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce a representative from our presenting sponsor, BIC USA, a long-standing partner and champion of this event. BIC's support has played a significant role in advancing the impact of Women's Achievement Awards in our work throughout the region. Please join me in welcoming Allison Green, Manager of Research and Development with BIC USA. Allison?
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Thank you all, and on behalf of BIC USA and our president, Allison Avery, BIC USA is a woman-led organization, and clearly we've been sponsoring this award ceremony for the last 10 years for a reason. It goes without saying the contributions each and every one of you in this room, and certainly our honorees this year, have contributed to making this community a wonderful community to live, to work, and to contribute to. For those of you who aren't familiar with BIC USA, you won't see a BIC product on a shelf when you go into a store, but for sure you have interacted with our products in your daily life. So we sell specialty additives, and what are those? So those are polymers or materials that go into primarily paint and coatings, but you can think about it as how do you affect any surface that you interact with and make a material better, and essentially that's what's at the core of our company. We're a multinational company. We have our second largest polymer manufacturing site here in Wallingford. We sell over 1,000 different products, and that's because our customers and our consumers need products and materials that perform in a really unique way, and we continue to evolve in a sustainable way as well. It goes without saying that Wallingford and the community around us and all of our leaders here in Connecticut make it possible for BIC to be successful. It's also an understatement to say that women in leadership make this possible. We drive to innovate new products, but at the end of the day, how do we get there? And it's through the leadership and the contributions to the community that we can make that really drive our inspirations. So I want to acknowledge all of the honorees today. At BIC, we are so proud of what everybody has done this year and will continue to do and inspire everybody going forward. Thank you and congratulations.
Allison, thank you so much, and send our thanks also to the other Allison as well. We were sad that we missed her, but we are very excited to have her as one of our panelists at the Big Connect to hear about her leadership skills and the Women's Power panel, so thank you. Now we're excited to move into the heart of today's program. At this time, I'd like to welcome our opening sponsor speaker to the podium to introduce Kayla on the stage. From Heart, I'd like to ask, I'm sorry, they just changed the name of the person, Miss Lux, to please come up to be able to go ahead and present our speaking sponsor.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wendy Lux, and I'm with Hartford Healthcare and Mid-State Medical Center. It is an honor to be with you here today as we celebrate the accomplishments, leadership, and spirit of women making a difference across our communities. On behalf of Hartford Healthcare and Mid-State, we are proud to support this incredible event that shines a light on the power of women to lead, to inspire, and drive positive change. At Hartford Healthcare, we are deeply committed to excellence in the quality of care we deliver, the compassion we show to our patients, and the innovation that defines our system and who we are. We are proud to have earned top national recognitions for safety and quality, including Leapfrog Hospital Safety Grade A ratings, and honors that reflect our dedication to patient-centered care. Our mission is to make healthcare more accessible, ensuring that every person and every family and everyone in the communities that we serve have access to high-quality care, the care that they all deserve. Here in the Central Region, through the Hospital of Central Connecticut, Mid-State Medical Center, we are especially proud of the partnerships we have built. Partnerships like this one that we're here with all of you today that connect healthcare, education, and community leadership. Mid-State Medical Center is honored to be a sponsor of today's celebration, supporting events that uplift and recognize women leaders. It aligns perfectly with our values of inclusion, empowerment, and service. Today we honor a truly remarkable group of women whose accomplishments inspire all of us. Each of you represent the best of what leadership looks like: courage, compassion, and commitment to a lasting impact. Congratulations to our honorees. Your work uplifts not only those around you here today, but it also inspires our next generation of women to lead with purpose and mission and heart and passion. Thank you for allowing Hartford Healthcare and Mid-State Medical Center to be part of this inspiring celebration. And thank you for everything you do and you continue to do to make our community stronger and healthier. You are truly making a difference. At this time, I'm so pleased to introduce and welcome our opening speaker and sponsor to the podium to help, which is Kayla Kumar. Kayla is Miss Connecticut 2025, a proud graduate of Quinnipiac University with a master's in health science. Kayla holds a bachelor's in biochemistry, cell and molecular biology from the University of Scranton. And beyond her academic accomplishments, Kayla is a passionate advocate for pediatric cancer awareness. She founded the Gold Ribbon Project, a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising funds and awareness for childhood cancer research. Through her platform as Miss Connecticut, she continues to amplify the voices of families affected by pediatric cancer and inspires others to make a difference in their communities. Her life's motto is simple, yet very powerful. True impact is measured not by status or wealth, but by service, empathy, and the courage to stand with those who need us most. With relentless determination and heart, Kayla Kumar is rewriting what it means to lead, to serve, to heal, and she hopes that one day, not only in medicine, but in the movement to reimagine pediatric care. Her dedication, her leadership, and her commitment to service exemplify the qualities we celebrate today at the Women's Achievements Award. Please join me in a warm welcome to Kayla Kumar.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. It is such an honor to be here at this year's Women's Achievement Luncheon, a celebration of women who are breaking barriers and building bridges. Women who remind us that empowerment isn't a word, but it's an action. When I was younger, I used to think that purpose was something you stumble upon, a single life-changing moment that revealed who you are and who you were meant to be. But I learned that purpose doesn't arrive like lightning. It's something you build, piece by piece, through the choices you make, the challenges you face, and the people you meet along the way. My story begins in a small one-bedroom apartment I share with my mother. She's the reason that I know strength in the service that I do. Not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that shows up for others without any hesitation. When I was growing up, my mom and I would spend weekends volunteering. Sometimes that meant early mornings, 5 a.m. call times in the middle of New York City, setting up events, handing out water, or even helping wherever we were needed. At the time, I didn't realize that those were the moments and the small acts of service that were shaping me. But looking back, that's where I learned that purpose really means that you're showing up for other people, and it's something bigger than yourself, even when no one's watching. Years later, this lesson became the foundation of the Gold Ribbon Project, a nonprofit I started to raise awareness for pediatric cancer research and to bring light to the reality of families that these children have and when children are diagnosed with cancer. It began with a small gesture. I began by selling ribbons, like I'm wearing on my sash, hosting bake sales, poetry nights, and even community fundraisers. But it grew into a movement of compassion. What started as a way to honor a cause close to my heart became a promise to keep showing up for the children, for families, and the mission that reminded me why I began in the first place. That journey taught me that something fundamental about empowerment. It's not about how much power you have, but it's about how you use it. When I started the Gold Ribbon Project, I was a senior in high school with no fundraising experience, absolutely no connections, and no idea how to start a nonprofit. But I did have purpose. And purpose is what gives you courage when you don't have the credentials. There were so many moments of doubt, times when I questioned whether if I was too young, too inexperienced, this was something I could really do, or if I was just in over my head. But along the way, I met people who showed me what true leadership looks like. It's not about standing out, it's about standing within. Leading with authenticity and compassion means letting your story guide you, the parts you're proud of and the parts that have helped you grow. It means using empathy, not ego, as your compass. Every woman in this room has a story just like that. A moment where you turned a challenge into a calling, or passion into something bigger than yourself. Empowerment is not a straight line. It's built on failure, courage, and faith. It's the mother in the back who goes back to school after raising her children. It's the entrepreneur who takes her risk first. And it's a teacher who reminds children every single day that they are enough. When passion meets purpose, we don't just change our own lives. We create ripples that touch other people. And that's the power of women leading with heart. We lift as we climb. We don't wait for permission to lead, we just do it. By showing up, by caring, and choosing compassion in a world where often forgets how much it matters. Today, as we celebrate the women who embody that power, we remind us that leadership is not defined by titles or applause, but by impact. Listen to the stories and ask yourself. I invite you to reflect on your own why and to realize why you showed up today. Ask yourself what drives you, what keeps you grounded, and how you can turn purpose into action. For me, that purpose has led me to my next chapter. I just completed my final secondary essay for medical school, and as I step into this new journey, I carry with me everything that I've learned throughout the way, and every person that has shaped me. I believe that change does not start in a headline. It starts in a hospital room, a classroom, or a town hall, and that's where I hope you'll find me. Because when women lead with authenticity and compassion, we don't make history, we change it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kayla, for sharing your story, your heart clearly, because I felt it as you were speaking today. I remember those moments where you always got to kind of take that leap of faith to ensure the fact that, hope this is going to work out, but you know what? Sometimes if you don't do it, then you'll never know. You're going to just have those what-if moments. So I thank you so much for sharing your story. We're so grateful for your time, for coming today, and we're excited for your future, because I am sure that it's going to be very promising. Everybody, please give her another round of applause. That takes a lot of courage. Now we're excited to start the presentation for our 2025 Women's Achievement Awards. Each award honors women who embody excellence, leadership, and service, and who make meaningful impact in their profession and their community. Today we celebrate their achievements, their resilience, their passion, and they set the tone for others to be able to keep on achieving higher. Now we'll begin our awards by having our first sponsor come up, Lori Kiley, one of our strong partners, Ulbrich from Stainless Steel, to come up and start with our first award.
I always have to bring it down. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be here today. Very nice. So at Ulbrich, we ask ourselves a question. Why do we exist as a business? What is our purpose? And we have identified that it's improving lives with more than metal. The markets that we provide metal to, whether it be transportation, products that save lives, or even household goods that we use every day. We're also improving lives with more than metal for each other. We come to work every day. We work hard so that Ulbrich can be successful, and then we can have competitive wages and benefits for ourselves and our family. And then the other reason why our purpose as a business is the communities that we live in. Having an impact, a positive impact to those communities through community outreach and philanthropy initiatives, which is why this award we're so honored to do. Where is Tammy? Tammy Hendricks, where are you? There you are. So where am I? I lost my spot. Let's see. Yes, which is why I'm so honored to present the Community Impact Award to Tammy Hendricks, the Director of Health, Equity, and Outreach, Access Health, Connecticut. With over 15 years of experience in healthcare and community engagement, Tammy has been a transformative force in advancing health equity across Connecticut. Under her leadership, Access Health launched the Broker Academy, a pioneering initiative that trains individuals from underserved communities to become licensed health insurance brokers. The program not only increases access to health care, but also empowers residents to serve as trusted resources within their own neighborhoods. Tammy's commitment extends beyond program development. She cultivated partnerships with over 1,000 community organizations to promote health literacy and reduce disparities in enrollment in care. Her Her efforts have significantly contributed to decreasing Connecticut's uninsured rate, making quality health care more accessible to all. Her dedication to service, innovation, and community empowerment exemplifies the spirit of this award. Please join me in welcoming Tammy Hendricks to the stage.
Thank you so much, Lori, and thank you for adjusting the mic. We're both vertically challenged. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am truly humbled to receive this Community Impact Award. This work is very personal for me, but what a great bio, but this recognition really belongs to my team at Access Health Connecticut, who are all here today, back there supporting me. And they work every single day to reach people where they are in neighborhoods throughout the state, community centers, work with all of our community partners. We have over 2,500 in the state, and their dedication really makes this work possible for our organization and for myself. So I'd just like to give them a shout out. I know I have 2 minutes. I'd like to give them a shout out, and I'm really so proud to stand with them. And I also wanted to thank Access Health, our organization, our CEO, James Michel, who couldn't be here, for creating an environment that allows us to think boldly and act compassionately. This work takes a lot of compassion, patience, but we take a lot of risk doing different programs, and so I'm really proud to be a part of an organization that allows me to do that. So, again, this work is very personal for me. I have seen firsthand how access to care can change lives and how a single helping hand can restore hope. And that drives me every single day. And so I'm making sure that no one gets left behind. And so thank you again for this honor and for recognizing the power of community and connection. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Burdacki, and I'm the HR manager for Nucor's Wire Products Group, which proudly includes our division in Connecticut, Utah, and Missouri. So my days are a mix of time zones, team calls, and trying to remember what hour it actually is. For those of you who may not know, Nucor is a powerhouse in the steel industry. We're in 40 states with over 300 divisions and an incredible team of more than 33,000 teammates. It's safe to say when Nucor does something, we do it big and aim to be #1 in all things steel. One of the biggest steps forward at Nucor has been the launch of Women of Nucor in 2023, a movement dedicated to empowering women and shaping the future of steel. This initiative connects, develops, and inspires current and future women leaders across Nucor. Together, we're building the leading team in the steel industry and having a lot of fun doing it along the way. I'm truly excited to be here today to celebrate all the incredible women and recognizing the differences they make each and every day. Please join me in welcoming Ashlyn Vicencio, Vice President and Business Banking Relationship Manager at M&T Bank, where she has proudly built her career over the past 13 years. I had the pleasure of briefly speaking with Ashlyn yesterday, mainly so I don't butcher her last name, and happy that I didn't have to say her maiden name, so thanks, Ashlyn. Starting as a part-time teller in high school, Ashlyn worked her way up through various roles, driven by dedication, expertise, and a passion for helping entrepreneurs succeed. She works closely with business owners, offering guidance and connecting them with resources to navigate the challenges and achieve their goals. Beyond her professional accomplishments, Ashlyn is deeply committed to community and women's empowerment. She serves on the board of the Business Women's Forum, co-chairs Team Inc.'s Toys for Kids initiative, and actively supports women's growth through M&T Bank's Women's Leadership Network of Southern Connecticut. A first-generation college graduate, Ashlyn earned her MBA in Business Analytics and a BS in Finance from the University of Bridgeport, graduating magna cum laude. Her dedication to service, leadership, and advocacy exemplifies the spirit of this award. Please join me in celebrating Ashlyn.
I'm going to move this up because I'm a little taller. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate the introduction. I'm truly honored to receive this recognition from the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce. It means so much to be included amongst such inspirational women that serve our community every single day. Since I started working in the Wallingford community just short of 2 years ago, I've been met with incredibly welcoming and kind individuals. It's made it easy to get involved and build connections that truly matter. I'd like to thank the Chamber for recognizing and supporting leaders of our community. I'm also grateful to M&T Bank for creating a culture that values advocacy, collaboration, and involvement, all the things that have helped shape my career and passion for helping others succeed. Over the years, I've been fortunate to work with many clients, colleagues, and mentors, many of whom are here with me today, who continue to inspire me each and every day. I'm truly honored and thankful for the people who have supported and believed in me along the way. And as we celebrate today, I'm reminded of how important it is to believe in each other, to lead and to advocate as we grow with each other. Thank you again for this honor, and congratulations to all of the other honorees. It's a pleasure to be in this room with you today. Thank you.
Taking it back down. Hello, everyone. I'm Carolina Rizari. I'm a sourcing specialist at Olnex, and for the ones who are not familiar with us, Olnex is a global leader company in coatings and resins. We are committed to be sustainable and have eco-friendly products and low emission. We also work in a wide different industries as well. All our products, you'll see them in an automotive companies and construction, packaging, just to name a few. At Olnex, we have women at the leadership positions, and by 2030, we want to increase the ratio of the women at the floor, at the actual manufacturing process, at 35%. We're working on it. We believe that it's possible. So that being said, today we are proud to honor Carol DeFrancisco, President and CEO of H.H. Perkins Company, with the Business Leadership Award. Carol has owned and operated the 108-year-old family business for more than 25 years, leading it through an extraordinary era of growth and innovation. Under her leadership, H&H Perkins has evolved from a local company into a global brand, expanding into markets across the United States, Canada, Japan, and United Kingdom and Australia. In 2022, Carol spearheaded the company's digital transformation, launching a redesigning e-commerce platform and rebranding initiative under the new slogan, "Weaving Dreams Since 1917. This bold modernization honors the company legacy while positioning for a vibrant future. Her forward-thinking leadership has driven remarkable success, including a 62% increase in sales in 2025 alone. Beyond her business achievements, Carol's community spirit shines just as brightly. She founded the Northeast Basket Markets Guild, teaches classes pro bono, and supports numerous charitable causes, including Tunnels to Towers. Through her vision, innovation, and generosity, Carol continues to inspire those around her, leading with both heart and purpose. Please join me in congratulating our Business Leadership Awardee, Carol DeFrancisco.
I speak with thousands of people a year, and I'm absolutely terrified. So please bear with me. My kid said, "Don't shake." Okay. I've actually been involved with H.H. Perkins for 45 years. And we are a small family business, and I just want you all to know that on the 13th of November, we are sponsoring Business After Hours. So please come for cocktails and a tour. It's a very unique business. I help support single furniture weavers in Louisiana and basket makers and furniture restorers. I've chased the FedEx driver down the street to get packages in when a customer in New York calls. But mostly, this is the greatest honor of my entire life. And I truly mean that. I'm also wearing pink to support all of us who have survived breast cancer. So to all of you who have also survived breast cancer, okay, and to celebrate, that as well. Yes, we are a 108-year-old family business, and I want to thank my family first. I want to say that thank you to all of the support of my son, Todd DeFrancesco, for coming in to the business. He left California and decided to join me, and as anybody can say, working with your mother has its challenges. Okay. I want to say thank you to the members of the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, distinguished guests, and all the incredible women being honored here today. I am deeply thankful and humbled to accept the Business Leadership Award. To be recognized among so many remarkable women is one of the greatest achievements of my life. I would not be standing here if it wasn't for my son, Todd, his innovative spirit, and also being one of the funniest people I've ever known, has really grown our business. He's giving me a lot of credit, but he's been unbelievably fantastic. I also have the support of my future daughter-in-law, Jen, my sister, Gail. She has taught me everything I know about accounting and finance, and she single-handedly was able to take 1 million bytes of data that QuickBooks said could never be transferred, and she did all that for me so that she could work at 10 o'clock at night instead of me. I also want to thank my daughter, Heather. She is the wearer of all hats. She's either cleaning the bathroom, packing packages, or balancing the checkbook, which I royally screw up all the time. I also have my nephew, Alex. He has his own career, but I yell help and he comes running. So whether it's shipments from overseas, anything that has to be done, he's there. My friend Sue is at the table, and Sue is an example of how a customer can become your best friend. And she teaches worldwide. She's an amazing weaver, and she became my best friend by calling up saying, "Where's my package?" And I had to say, "FedEx lost it." And she's like, "Oh, do you want me to come help you?" But I want to say that this by far is the greatest honor of my life, to all the women out there who work so hard, who make a difference, who try every single day. You care about your families, you care about your community. I know what it takes to be here 70 hours a week, but thanks to the people at that table, I still love what I do. I still make a difference every day. And this is, like I said, the highlight of my life. So thank you all very, very much.
Carol. Can't be forgetting this on me. Congratulations. That was a lovely speech. Congrats again.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karen Rodriguez. I am the Credit and Collections Specialist and Event Coordinator for Inframeadows. For those who may not be familiar with us, Inframeadows is one of the largest and leading distributors of structural steel in the United States. We're also a member of the Reliance Inc. family. Joining me today is a group of my colleagues, including my General Manager, Nick Rico. This afternoon, we have the honor to recognize two remarkable sisters and entrepreneurs, Kiran Kapoor and Sharon Palmer, co-owners of 7 Brew coffee locations here in Connecticut. Together, they're redefining what leadership looks like in the service industry, empowering young teams, elevating women in business, and building a culture rooted in kindness, connection, and community. Both raised in Vernon, Connecticut, Kiran and Sharon bring unique strengths to their shared vision. Kiran's background in management consulting, guiding Fortune 500 companies like Becton Dickinson, Pratt & Whitney, and Norfolk Southern Railroad, shaped her expertise in strategy and operational excellence. Sharon, with over a decade in leadership as sales director at Regis and Spaces, build and inspire high-performing teams through growth and mentorship. In 2024, alongside their spouses, they brought 7 Brew Coffee to New England, infusing every cup with their belief that great leadership is about lifting others as you climb. While Sharon could not be with us today, we are thrilled to have Kiran Kapoor here to accept the Emerging Leader Award on behalf of both sisters. Everyone, let's give it up for Kiran Kapoor and Sharon Palmer, our Emerging Leader awardees. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, Sharon couldn't be here today, but we are extremely humbled and honored to receive this award. Firstly, we definitely want to thank the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce for creating this award and for providing a platform to recognize women in leadership. It means so much to be a part of this community. Also, a huge thank you to the towns that have been supporting 7 Brew's growth. A big shout out to Wallingford. Thank you for embracing us with open arms as we began our 7 Brew journey here in Connecticut, even with the traffic jams. So Sharon's son is currently working on a butterfly project, watching caterpillars transform and emerge into these beautiful, unique butterflies. It made me stop and think about how exciting that concept of emerging really is. Emerging is about the start of something new, about growth, about beginning to be seen, about finding your wings in the process. It's a theme that's shown up many times in our lives. It started with our parents, who came to this country as immigrants and through endless hard work and unconditional support, gave everything so Sharon and I could flourish and find the freedom to fly and eventually end up on stages like this. And it continues today at 7 Brew, where we now have the opportunity to mentor and help other young women emerge, and many of them in their very first jobs. It's incredible to watch them step into leadership, find their voices, and discover their confidence. The chance to help these young women grow has made us even more grateful for the strong women who have shaped and encouraged us, our aunts, cousins, mother-in-laws, friends, and so many more. Sharon and I also want to thank our husbands and business partners for their constant support in allowing us the space to shine bright. To us, leadership is ultimately about helping others rise. And today, I'm grateful to stand among so many women who are doing exactly that. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be with you. My name is Kathleen McCarthy. I'm from the Pfizer Clinical Research Center in New Haven, in downtown New Haven. As one of the world's premier innovative biopharmaceutical companies, Pfizer's mission is to create breakthroughs that change patients' lives. Pfizer collaborates with healthcare providers, governments, and local communities to find new and better ways to treat and prevent illness and disease. For 20 years now, Pfizer has maintained a presence in New Haven, conducting over 400 clinical trials. Most of those participants do come from this area, so we know firsthand the importance of diversity in research and medicine. On behalf of all my colleagues, I can say it is a privilege to connect with this vibrant community of women and their accompanying men who are committed to making a difference in the lives of many. So today we are honored to recognize Dr. Denise Barajas, a distinguished surgeon, educator, and community leader with the Health Impact Leader Award. Dr. Barajas is a board-certified surgeon and recognized expert in breast surgical oncology. She serves as medical director of the Center for Cancer Care and the Hewitt Center of Breast Wellness, as well as associate chair of surgery at Griffin Hospital. She also shares her expertise as an associate professor and site director for the surgery clerkship at the Frank H. Netter MD School of Medicine at Quinnipiac University. A graduate of the Johns Hopkins University and Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School, Dr. Barajas completed her surgical training at the Hospital of St. Raphael in New Haven. Throughout her career, she has championed patient-centered care, led numerous quality improvement initiatives, and inspired the next generation of physicians through education and mentorship. Beyond her clinical and academic achievements, Dr. Barajas is deeply committed to community outreach and breast health education, empowering women to take charge of their health and well-being. Her leadership, compassion, and dedication to excellence truly embody the spirit of this award. Please join me in congratulating our Health Impact Leader, Dr. Denise Barajas.
Thank you for that introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm truly honored to receive this year's Health Impact Award, and thank you to the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce and the selection committee for this honor. The recognition is especially meaningful to me because it reflects not only my own efforts, but also the dedication and collaboration of so many colleagues, mentors, and patients who have inspired and supported me throughout my career. As a surgeon, an educator, and medical director at Griffin Hospital, I have been fortunate to lead initiatives that expand access to breast cancer screening, advanced surgical techniques, and develop comprehensive support programs for patients and families. My work has allowed me to champion quality improvement and foster a culture of collaboration amongst our teams. Mentoring the next generation of healthcare professionals has been a particular source of pride. Their energy and vision continually inspire me and reinforce my commitment to innovation in medical education. I also want to sincerely thank the patients who have entrusted me with their care. They are the true motivation behind everything that I do. Every day, I witness the strength and resilience of patients and families facing health challenges, and I'm continually inspired by their courage. My journey in medicine has been shaped by a drive to advance patient care, foster education, and build healthier communities. Whether developing new programs or mentoring physicians, working aside a dedicated team to improve outcomes, I am reminded that meaningful change is always a collective effort. I am grateful for the support of my family, my colleagues at Griffin Hospital and Quinnipiac University, and the many community partners who share a vision for accessible and compassionate healthcare. Events like today's luncheon remind us of the importance of lifting each other up and celebrating the achievements of women who are making a difference. I am proud to be part of a community that values that leadership, service, and the pursuit of a healthier, more just world. Thank you again for this incredible honor, and I look forward to continuing our shared work to improve the health and well-being of our community and supporting and inspiring one another along the way. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I think I have the last award to give before the next speaker. So I want to say I'm Judith Corprew, CEO and President of New Haven Bank. Thank you, shout out from Gary today. We appreciate that. It's located in the heart of New Haven, Connecticut. I stand before you to say I am the first woman of color CEO and President of a community bank in Connecticut. I lead an institution with a strong legacy of trust and commitment to community. The bank has promoted economic development by providing financial products and services to underserved people and affordable solutions to consumers, small businesses, and nonprofit organizations. Yet to us, banking is certainly more than just transactions. It's building meaningful relationships, expanding horizons so that our customers and neighbors can thrive. It is with great pleasure that I introduce this afternoon, and as we celebrate a remarkable leader whose career is defined by purpose, compassion, and service, Lisa Murato, our Empower Her Trailblazer awardee. Lisa is the director of the Women in Leadership Academy at Southern Connecticut State University School of Business, where she empowers the next generation of women to lead with confidence, courage, and integrity, something we need these days. Now serving her third term as mayor of the town of Rocky Hill, Lisa leads a vibrant community of more than 21,000 residents with vision, empathy, and dedication. A long advocate for education, public health, and sustainability, Lisa earned her Juris Doctorate, completed advanced studies in leadership for social innovation at Harvard, and holds certification as a Connecticut municipal leader, a testament to her belief that learning never ends and leadership requires both heart and experience. Appointed twice by Governor Ned Lamont, Lisa serves on the Connecticut Opioid Settlement Advisory Committee and its Finance and Compliance Subcommittee, while also contributing her voice to several statewide boards and councils focused on health, safety, and sustainability. Her leadership has been recognized far beyond Connecticut, earning her the Italian Medal of Recognition for Women's Leadership from Palermo, Sicily, and multiple honors as one of Connecticut's top community leaders and public servants. Through every role she holds, Lisa Murato leads with integrity, inclusion, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference. Please join me in congratulating our Empower Her Trailblazer awardee, Lisa Murato.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here this afternoon and equally humbled to be in the company of so many incredible women. Moments like this allow me to take pause, which is something that I don't actually do very often, and reflect on the journey that brought me here. There have been plenty of obstacles and more than a few moments of doubt, but also so many people, experiences, and my faith that have guided me to this moment. Words cannot express how much joy my work brings me. As a community leader, but especially as Director of Women in Leadership, this role has brought me full circle. I grew up a product of public housing, public assistance, and some not so strong public schools. I was a terrible high school student, and there was really no expectation for me to go to college. It was because of the mentors in my life. They were never assigned to me, but those who took it upon themselves to question my path, my goals, and my aspirations, and who shared their experiences with me, that I am standing on this stage today. Their belief in me gave me purpose, and that purpose is now to empower others to be successful. It is truly a gift to be in a position where I can support young women and those reimagining their lives after putting years of raising families, raising their children, and having to go to work before their own benefit. This role has taught me that no matter how old we are or where we are in life, we all need a mentor in our lives. So to Lindy Gold and President Bulmer and your team, to my colleagues and my friends from Southern who are all here today, your support means so much to me. You remind me that every day this work matters. So I am truly humbled to be recognized for doing what I love. And to the Chamber, thank you so much. It means more than you can possibly imagine. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tara Knapp. I'm the Vice President for External Affairs at Gaylord Specialty Healthcare. We are proud to be a sponsor today, and I'm personally so honored to be able to introduce our Woman of the Year. If you're not familiar with Gaylord, I'm going to take a minute to tell you a little bit more about it. We were founded in 1902 as a tuberculosis sanatorium. And we have grown into a comprehensive healthcare system. It includes a 137-bed hospital, 6 outpatient locations, that's in Wallingford, Cheshire, Cromwell, Madison, North Haven, and our newest that opened on Monday in Fairfield. We have a new interventional pain center, a research institute, a residential living facility for people with traumatic brain injuries, a specialized day treatment program for spinal cord injury persons, a CNA academy, a nurse residency program, a physiatry residency program with our partner at UConn School of Medicine. And we have the largest adaptive sport program in the region with over 18 adaptive sports for people with physical disabilities and visual impairments. But today, we are here to honor and celebrate a woman whose leadership, integrity, and vision have left an enduring mark on both her profession and her community. Allison Cady is our Woman of the Year awardee. And I'm very excited to tell you a little bit more about her. I am actually a proud graduate of Choate, and I have known Allison for a number of years, and I've had the pleasure of working with her on some committees. And she truly is a gem in Wallingford, so all of you who have had a chance to work with her know that on a personal basis, and I do too. But for those who don't know, I'll tell you a little bit more about her. Since 2012, Allison has served as Chief Communications Officer and Director of Strategic Planning and Communications at Choate Rosemary Hall, where she leads the school's comprehensive marketing, communications, and community relations strategy. As a member of the senior leadership team, she has guided Choate through 2 major strategic planning cycles and plays a vital role in strengthening the school's connection with the Wallingford community through collaboration, engagement, and shared purpose. With over a decade of experience in brand management, strategic messaging, and crisis communications, Allison's work ensures that Choate's voice in print, online, and in the community reflects excellence, authenticity, and impact. Before joining Choate, Allison held key leadership roles at Morristown Beard School in New Jersey, including Director of Admissions, Director of Strategic Marketing, and Director of Development, gaining a 360-degree perspective on education, leadership, and service. Beyond professional success, Allison has devoted her time and expertise to strengthening her community. She has served on numerous boards and committees, including Wallingford Center, Inc., the Wallingford Arts and Cultural Alliance, the YMCA's Just Add Water campaign, and the Wallingford's version of the National Semi-Quincentennial Celebration, which is celebrating America's 250th birthday next year. A proud graduate of the University of Vermont and Boston College, Allison brings intellect, heart, and collaboration to everything she does. She lives in Wallingford with her husband, Adam, and their 2 children, Mac and Annabelle. Please join me in congratulating our Woman of the Year, Allison Cady.
Thank you. This is quite an afternoon. I want to, first of all, congratulate all the other honorees this afternoon. I really do feel blessed to be in such company. Thank you to the Quinnipiac Chamber and the New Haven Chamber of Commerce. I'm deeply grateful for this honor. I imagine many of us standing at this podium might feel the same way that I do. Gosh, this is just what I do. I don't think myself exceptional in what I do professionally or personally. What I do feel strongly is that I am uniquely fortunate. During the day, I get to work at an institution that aims high, an environment that believes in making the world a little bit better. Being surrounded by talented young people, preparing them for the possibilities ahead, is energizing. Not every day is easy. We face challenges, but my colleagues and I work strategically, solve creatively, and lead with empathy. There's always a spirit of we can do this, and a willingness to lean into what is right and what is possible for the next generation. It feels big, it feels aspirational, with global reach and hometown impact, and it's inspiring. My work sharing stories of this incredible institution, thinking day in and day out about that school, whose students and its mission can really make a mark on this world, has inspired me not just in work, but in life. It's encouraged me to be a better spouse, a better friend, a better neighbor, and it's nudged me beyond work to ask what I can do for the world as it is, for the community around me, to show up, to serve, to stretch, to give back. Aspiring toward what could be gives us direction. Inspiration moves us to act where we are. I want to say thank you to Choate Rosemary Hall and my incredible colleagues who inspire me to be part of something bigger than myself, something that reaches for what's good, what's right, and what's possible. Thank you to my fellow community volunteers who remind me every day that progress is built together. And thank you to my family who keep me fueled. Yes, I do what I do, as many of you do. And in doing so, we aspire to make tomorrow just a little bit better than today. Thank you.
Wow. If you're not inspired by these ladies that have stood up on this podium, I don't know what to tell you. I have to tell you that I do feel very fortunate and lucky because I get to work with all of these different organizations and these women, and it's empowering for me, so I do thank each and every single one of you. And can all of our awardees please stand up one more time, and let's give them all a round of applause. thank you for your inspiration each and every single day. Now we'll continue on to our keynote speaker, and I'd like to welcome Christy Damling from TD Bank, one of our great partners, as well as a board member, to come up and introduce our keynote speaker today. Christy.
I too need to lower this just a little. Thank you, Renee. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. On behalf of TD Bank and my teammates that are here today, we'd like to congratulate all of today's 2025 Women Achievement recipients. As one of the 10 largest banks in the U.S., TD serves over 10 million retail, small business, and commercial customers from Maine to Florida. Please join me in welcoming an extraordinary leader, entrepreneur, and speaker who inspires audiences to break barriers and take bold action, Diana Pagano. Diana is a mindset coach, author, podcast host, and founder of Make Things Happen movement, dedicated to empowering people to step fully into their potential. A proud first-generation Mexican-American from San Diego, Diana's journey from adversity to achievement is at heart of her message. As an executive vice president of a multi-million-dollar foreign language company, she helped drive a 500% revenue increase. But it is on stage where Diana truly shines, delivering high-energy keynotes that ignite transformation and inspire audiences to make things happen in their own lives. She is also the host of Make Things Happen podcast, a voice for anyone ready to stop settling and start achieving their boldest goals. A devoted wife and mother of 4, with some of her family here today, Diana embodies resilience, purpose, and unstoppable momentum. Please give a warm welcome to our keynote speaker, Diana Pagano. I'm looking at your table where I met you. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to take the microphone.
Oh, sure. I'm just gonna
over it. You can take that. All right. Hello. Wow. Amazing event. It is such an honor to be here. Thank you, Renee, for having me. When Renee asked me to come to this event, I was like, okay, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to tell these lovely women? What an amazing event to see and witness. So many amazing trailblazers making things happen. And when I see a women's conference, when I go to, or a luncheon like this, and I see men in the audience supporting women, let's give the men a round of applause, please. And I want to do an extra special thank you to my 3 gentlemen that don't want me to talk about them at table 1. They came to see. They're his wife and mom. So who am I? I'm the person that comes in when we need to see results. That's where my title came in, as action-driven mindset coach. As Kayla mentioned in her talk earlier, I started as well with very humble beginnings from San Diego originally. We were a family of 6 in a 2-bedroom apartment. My parents were struggling entrepreneurs. As a kid, this is what I saw. And I said, man, I grew up thinking and believing that life had to be hard. I didn't have any other belief instilled in me other than what I was raising to believe. And I became so obsessed with how and why are some people so successful while others struggle. And it wasn't until later in my adulthood that I started to repeat the same vicious cycle as my parents did, being evicted from a 2-bedroom apartment in San Diego. Everyone's like, oh, you're from San Diego, must be awesome. Yes, of course, we did the best we could. My parents, that they thought at the time that they could. And later I started to repeat the same cycle. I ended up getting married really young, having 2 beautiful kids at the time, ended up getting divorced, hadn't abusive situation with the ex-husband and my 2 children. As a single mom, I said, you know what, I'm going to pursue real estate because I want to give my kids something more than what I had growing up. And so I became so obsessed with the human mind. What is it? What's the secret sauce? Because I would see people, even in my real estate office in Scottsdale, Arizona, later moved to Arizona, and I would say, what is the thing? What is it that they actually do? How do you connect the dots here? And I started to learn the power of our minds. And I became so obsessed with exactly that. People don't fail because they're reaching too high. When people often fail, it's because they're settling for too little. And that's exactly what became my obsession. That's when I founded the movement of Make Things Happen. Because we're all making things happen in our lives. Every single one of you are making things happen. Sometimes it's working for you, sometimes it's working against you. And you don't even know exactly why that is. And when I started to uncover more and discovering my own human behavior and even others, and I started to coach and transform lives, not because I had it to do it, it was already in them to do it. People don't rise to standards that don't exist. Even for yourself. I'm going to take a moment for just a second. I know most of you, I think, are done eating. I want you to turn to your neighbor right now, and I want you to give them a high five and say, you're going to make things happen. Let's rise our vibration. Yes. There you go. So this ties back. Everyone's having a little too much fun. So this ties back to what I found is that our thoughts in our heads are happening based on our belief system. So the thing that I thought life had to be hard, running around with my head cut off, thinking I had to work 7 days a week, was a belief that I had. And your beliefs shape your reality. We've heard that. Everyone's like, okay, what's this mindset coach all about, Diana? I get calls sometimes. Like, what exactly, did you just talk about positive thinking? And I'm like, okay, that's like one thing out of 20. It's more than just positive thinking, right? Because there is a part of our brain that never sleeps. It's our subconscious mind. And it's always receiving energy, receiving information, whatever that is. And I realized, oh my gosh, so there's energy that comes with that. We live in a quantum field. And there's these electromagnetic frequencies that emit based on the feeling that you're having. So let me break it down because I'm really big into neuroscience. I'm a little bit of a geek when it comes to your brain. And even just now, high-fiving your neighbor creates a vibration. Our hearts are connected with our emotions. Our emotions, the feelings, whether you 1 minute feel so excited, especially when you're here in this environment and you're feeling so moved and inspired, your energy, your vibrational energy is already vibrating at a higher frequency. This is science. This is not just my opinion. This is science. You can look it up. So our hearts are actually emitting at a 5,000 frequency, much stronger than your brain. What does that mean? And it even says that around your quantum field, 3 feet around you, people pick up that energy. Have you ever been in a room, obviously in this room, but even just around someone and you're like, they had really good energy. And you don't know how, what do you mean? What about them? I don't know, just this feeling. This is where science comes in. So for a second, I'm going to ask you, who's ready to end this year strong? We have 2 months left of 2025. Who's ready to end it with a big bang? Who's ready to really tap in to your full potential? Full potential. You might have achieved amazing things in your life. Who's ready to go bigger? Who's ready to take that leap of faith and saying, what else? What else can 2025 bring me? There's only 2 months left. We're here to do just that. Turn to your neighbor for 10 seconds, maybe 20, and I want you to share one thing that you want to do to end the year strong. What's one thing you want to look back? It's the new year, and you look back. What did you accomplish? Go. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You guys are so happy. Look at that. A lot of great goals happening over there. Good energy. I see a high five over there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enough. We'll get to more goals after. Okay. So just to let you know, who here followed the directions? Who here shared something amazing they want to do and be able to say that they accomplished by the end of the year? Who followed the directions? Okay, we got to work on some beliefs over here because not all of you have your hands up. So let me tell you something. I was there once upon a time not knowing there's no way this could happen. It sure as heck can. And I'm going to tell you how. How you, each and every single one of you, I don't care how big you want to dream, it's not about doing more. It's not about working 80 hours a week like I thought once upon a time. It's about becoming more of who you were meant to become. We weren't meant to struggle. We weren't meant to live in mediocre. We weren't meant to be worried or stressed out all the time. We can live life on our terms. And just by doing what you just did, for those of you that actually followed the directions and shared something, you just set an intention. Just by the question that I asked you right now, you just raised your vibration. And science and research shows, because you shared it, and even in this room of vibrational energy I can sense already, you're 42% more likely to do it, more likely to accomplish it. Does it guarantee 100%? No, nothing's 100%, but it's up to you to take the action. Why are you going to take the action? Because of the way that you feel. Again, quantum physics. So if I'm over here thinking, I can't do this thing, I'm not ready yet. What if they laugh at me? What if I fail? What if I can't get the business loan? What if I'm a woman and I'm not going to get the promotion because the last time I went for this promotion, the man got it? No offense, men, but that's true stories. Right? What are you going to vibrate? Those thoughts emit a feeling, right? And when you're vibrating at a frequency in the quantum field, this is real data, this is science. When you're vibrating on this level of insecurity, doubt, fear of the unknown, or fear of what might happen if you put yourself out there. I was guilty of that once upon a time, right? You're emitting a level of energy. This isn't your choice, you just do it. And you see people have good energy, good vibes only, good vibes only. What does that mean? Good vibes only, right? But you're emitting this energy of lack. I don't have the money yet. I don't have this, I don't have that. You're coming from a place of lack. And we weren't built to come from a place of lack. We were built to create. We were built to contribute. We were built to live lives on our terms with purpose. You know, Kayla talked about purpose earlier. It doesn't have to be hard. Like my parents, unfortunately, didn't figure out how to do it the right way. Whatever your way looks like, whatever more you want in your life, whatever dream you feel you want to accomplish, maybe go bigger in your business, maybe start that nonprofit, maybe work on your personal health, whatever it is, nothing, and I'm telling you right now, I can share stories of the impossible, that I started to break barriers single-handedly, and even people that I coached. How bad do you want it? I'll show you the map. How bad do you want it? Because it's always going to be the level of belief that you hold. It's not about changing, doing more. It's about changing and believing more. You don't attract. You know, a lot of people say law of attraction. What does that really mean, law of attraction? You don't attract what you want. Hard for some of you to swallow. What do you mean? I got a lot of things I wanted. You know why? You get and you attract what you believe to be so. So gentlemen right here could believe one thing, and then your neighbor here believes the opposite. And they have the same resources, the same money in their bank accounts. One is successful while the other one is not. Why is that? It's what's happening on the internal. And this is where it's at. This is where the juice is, you guys. This is where it's at. When you emit this energy, it changes. There's chemistry in your brain, the neurons, that start to notice opportunities, things, solutions, based on the energy that you're vibrating in. Some people say, gosh, I don't want to be stressed out because I'm going to emit this energy you talked about. Listen, we're all humans. We're not robots. But you don't stay there, right? So if I'm thinking, okay, I want to do this thing and it's a little difficult, but before I could never get it done, but now I'm hopeful. I know that no matter what comes my way, I'm going to do it. God dang it, I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to find a way. You're emitting that frequency of hope. You're not emitting a frequency into the quantum field of lack, insecurity, and not having abundance, whatever that looks like for you. And when you are emitting in this frequency, as I mentioned before, you are 10 times more likely to achieve it. Because why? There's a part of your brain called reticular activating system. It's your RAS. You can look it up. If you're fascinated with quantum physics, I can talk to you all day. In fact, I could talk all day. And that's why my husband is happy I have a podcast because I can talk all day on my podcast about what I know is so incredibly impactful for every human, regardless of who you are, regardless of what cards you were dealt, if you came from nothing, regardless of that. There's a part of our brains, a reticular activating system, that governs everything that shows up in your life. This might be a little weird to swallow and say, oh, is this really the case? It is the case. And let me break it down. This isn't some voodoo stuff, and for those of you that might be into that, because I have some friends that I've seen be into that, no judgment there. But this is not some voodoo thing. This is backed by science. When there's a part of our brains, the bottom part of our brains, a stem, that is a reticular activating system. This is a filter. This acts as your gatekeeper, right? And so if you're out there living life in this event, working, driving, talking to customers, whatever it is that you're doing day to day, we're receiving over 11 million tidbits of information through our 5 senses. Through what you hear, maybe on the radio, podcast, hopefully you're listening to Make Things Happen podcast, your vibrational energy is going to get raised, I'll tell you that. But if, right, what you're listening to, what you're seeing, and even smell, all the 5 senses, right? You're receiving all these tidbits of information all at once. That's a lot. But guess what? Because of your reticular activating system, you're only capturing a very small percentage. All of it's filtered out. 99% of it is being filtered out. And let me tell you, what determines that gatekeeper? What determines the filter? Guess who gets to wire that? Who has wired it? You did, right? It could be from previous beliefs. So if I believe I attract nothing but great opportunities my way, does that mean that I'm always going to be successful? Nothing bad is going to happen. I'm never going to hit a snag? Of course not. But let me tell you, you increase your chances because of my belief system. It's going to produce things, people, where your brain notices. How many of you have noticed a car? Maybe you went out and bought a new car the last time you had your car, and all of a sudden you notice it everywhere. Do you think that's a coincidence? That's your reticular activating system at its finest, because now it's bringing things to your conscious awareness. So I might be walking. I said this on a podcast, true story, just a month ago. I said, you could be at an elevator and you're like so frustrated because it's taking forever to go down to your garage and you're frustrated, right? But everything is happening and being aligned based on what your belief system, that reticular activating system that you have single-handedly programmed. If you're a person that believes that no matter what obstacle comes my way, I can overcome it. I'll find a way. I'll ask somebody. If you're that person that believes it, that's the person that is going to start receiving the things that mimic that. If I'm a person that says, man, I don't have it all figured out, I don't have the skills, I don't have this, coming from a place of lack, my reticular activating system will automatically they'll filter out the opportunities because it doesn't vibrate. It's not aligned with my core belief. So I was actually at an elevator after I told that story, literally 2 weeks later, at my office last week. And I was waiting for the elevator, and I said to myself, this is taking forever. I get in, and I had to go. I had to go to the garage. I was late, and I saw the light show up on floor 4. I'm like, gosh darn it. I'm stopping to pick somebody up. I don't have time for this. And I said to myself, watch it be somebody that I needed to talk to. Person comes in, and it was an amazing contact that I made at the elevator. And I'm not saying that, because I said it's going to happen, but what vibrational energy was I exuding? You guys, this is where it's at. I don't care what business playbook strategy you have for your business. If you don't take care of the internal, if you don't start to break mental barriers, you're going to do it potentially because maybe you're fierce and you just are great with just consistency and picking up the phone. But if you're internal, it doesn't have to be hard. It could be fun. And that's where I come in. And even being here and honored to be here is just the vibrational energy that we're all exuding. It's how do we create these frequencies that we send out to the universe to get more of what we want. It's not about doing more, as I mentioned before. It's about becoming more. So let's do one last exercise before I end, because I could be here for hours, and I know I only had a few minutes. Put your hand on your heart if you don't mind. Play along with me. Maybe you think this is crazy. Just play with it. Put your hand on your heart and close your eyes, please. We're just going to take a deep breath. Really deeply, and I want you to think of a time where you felt immense gratitude, the kind of gratitude you can't even speak about. You just feel it in your belly, in your heart. Maybe it was your firstborn. Maybe it was when you got married. Maybe it was an opportunity that happened this morning or yesterday. Whatever that is. You got many, great. Think about that. Sit on that for a second. How did that feel? That gratitude. That, my gosh, although things may not always look perfect, I know I could find something to be grateful for in this moment. Take a deep breath and go all the way in. When I count to 5 backwards, you're going to open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What you just did right now is a frequency that just got omitted out to the universe. Call it, I believe in God, call it whatever you want to call it. I know people say universe. This is a quantum field that we live in. This is real science-backed data from neuroplasticity. So what frequency did you just omit? A frequency of gratitude. And your reticular activating system has no choice but to bring you more things to mimic that feeling that you just felt. You don't have to do it for 24 hours in a day, but you just got to be mindful. Am I going to omit an attitude, a feeling of comeback? Maybe I'm not doing well in my business. How do I come back from that? When you believe something to be so, it's going to influence the action you take or the action that you don't take. So then you either take the action or you don't. And what follows action? Results. And then you see the results and you're like, see, I knew I couldn't do this thing. Why? Because you didn't take the right action. And then you go in a loop. And there's this loop that keeps repeating itself based on the belief that you're believing in your mind and your heart to be so. You could break that. I want you to be mindful when you leave here today that you can at least take this away. What are some of the beliefs that I've been holding on to that maybe don't serve me right now? If another human being has accomplished the very thing that you want, if that person had an illness and they got better. Listen, I have had a lot of scary things happen. I share one of these in my book. I was told I wouldn't get to normal levels with my blood cells. I went to see the best doctors in New York. And I can have stories like this all the time. I started to realize this is no coincidence. This is why. You get to decide if you're going to be defeated by the circumstance or you're going to rise above that and start emitting a frequency that is only going to turn things around for you, I promise you. And I'm not saying that every door is going to get open because you raise your vibration. You could be like, I'm doing this positive talk so it could change how I feel, and then you're marching. I want to get that promotion. I want to open that business, and you're walking towards it, but inside you're like, I'm not good enough. I don't have money, but I'm doing the thing. No, there's a disconnect. You have to align your internal dialogue, even when it's hard, and say, you know what? I might be the first one to do this. I might beat the odds, but I'm going to do this thing just by doing that. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you guys all end the year strong. And remember that you are so much more capable than you may believe. If you've reached the ceiling, there's always more for you to become more of who you were meant to be. Thank you so much.
Diana, thank you so much for those inspiring words. I was thrilled when I got the opportunity to be able to speak with Diane, and I'm like, I need a keynote speaker. She's like, what are you looking for? I said, I want to be inspired. I want to leave feeling like the fact that I can do this. I can make things happen, as Diane. It's like, just say here. Thank you again all so much for coming here today. I do want to make a note that all of our awardees, please stay afterwards as we're going to be taking some pictures, and your groups can stay as well to do some pictures as well. I do want to thank everyone also for your support as we were nominated and won the Best Chamber of Commerce in Central Connecticut again. I was vibrating that positive energy, Diana. I was vibrating that energy to say that we're going to do this, we're going to win again. I can't tell you, I told my team every single day, and I was like, did you vote? Did you vote? Did you vote? And I have to say, it's not just my team that made that happen. It's each and every single one of you, because I guarantee you probably about half this room probably put in those votes for us as well. So I thank you all so much. I also want to share some exciting news that we are going to be hosting our very first Woman-to-Woman Forum in March of 2026. I know, I'm super excited. When I originally took over this role, I knew this was something that I wanted to make happen in the greater New Haven region. And all of you are an exact example of this making it happen, because of the fact that You come here, you support women, we support each other, and what better way to go ahead and make a forum all together to really celebrate that and empower each other even more, especially during Women's Month in March. I do also want to remind everyone that we have the Big Connect coming up on November 20th. There was over 1,000 people who came last year. Just think about the connections that you could possibly be having at an event such as this. There's several panels that are being taken place. I'm super excited for this event at the Omni Hotel in Greater New Haven. And with the holidays around the corner, I know this was mentioned, don't forget to shop local. We have the initiative to shop, eat, enjoy local for the Quinnipiac Chamber. Being in North Haven and Wallingford, small communities like this, it's the heart of what these communities need. We need to continue to shop local to ensure the fact that these businesses stay open and are staying permanently. I love both these communities. I'll be shopping local as well, and we're excited to have that coming up. As we close this Women's Achievement Awards this year, I want to take a moment to recognize what today represents. It's more than a luncheon for me. It's a celebration of leadership, collaboration, and extraordinary women who really are lifting me forward and everyone inside this room. Whether you're in boardrooms, classrooms, workrooms, or living rooms, we're making a difference each and every single day, and this event is just showing that. Congratulations to all of our honorees again for really reflecting the fact of the talent that we have inside our region. And thank you to our sponsors again for supporting us, BIC especially, 10 years, that just speaks volumes, and I can't thank you enough for that. And finally, to each of you today, may you leave here encouraged, connected, and reminded that work matters, and what you do each and every single day and bring yourself forward to make a difference in helping others. Thank you all and have a great day.